Okay, welcome back to Cisco Packet Tracer CCNA. Today we're just gonna connect two computers. We'll test if they communicate via a router. And now we've got a 2811 router. Then we've got a 2960 switch. Switch 0 and switch 2. We've got PC1 and PC2. We can say it's PC1. We can say user 1 and user 2. Okay, we're just gonna connect. We take a straight through cable, we connect it fast ethernet to fast ethernet 0/1. From there we take fast ethernet 0/2, 0/1, 0/1, 0/2 to fast ethernet in your computer. Okay. To configure this, we can use a console cable, which is this one. We can use a console cable, or you see it gives you a console port. So we can use a console, we use a terminal in the computer, or we can go to the router exit, because in real life, guys, you're gonna have to use a console cable. But here in Cisco Packet Tracer, you can just click a router, you go to CLI, then you're gonna open the configurations which are there. So you can type your configurations here, but I prefer you guys to type it here in order to know that the real life thing. But we're gonna do that as time goes on. Now we can put the configuration straight to the router, so we can do this. Before we do anything, this branch we can use the other network and the other network. So let's use class C network 192.168.10.0 192.10.0 /24. This will be our network in this department. Then the other network in the other department 192.168.20.0/24. Okay. Okay, so we have to configure our router now so that they can communicate. So first of all, we click the router, as I said. Then it's gonna ask you that, do you want to configure with continue with configuration dialog. You just have to type no. Then you go to your configurations now. Then now you have opened your router. If you have opened your router, you typed enable to go to the configuration mode. Then it will give you that. Then you can go to the global configuration mode, which means you have to type configure terminal. The good thing about Packet Tracer, guys, is just you don't have to type all the full weight. You can type config. When you press tab, it gives you the full weight, that command that you are typing. Tab, then you press enter, then it gives you that. So we're just gonna check which ports are we configuring in our router. So we are configuring, let's start with the other department, the first department of 192.168.20.0/24. So we are connected to fast internet 0/0, so we have to configure this one first. We go inside the fast interface, fast internet 0/0. Then we type IP address 192.168.20. Let's make it the first usable IP address, which is .1. We type the subnet mask as it is 255.255.255.0. We press enter. Then now you see it's still right. Then we just have to tell it that no shutdown. If you say no shutdown, we are automatically putting the port on so that it can work. So once you press enter, you see it says interface fast Ethernet 0/0 change state to up. This means that it's on, guys. It's on. Like protocol informs the change state to up, guys. So we're just gonna say and. So if we check our configuring, it just say show startup config. I press tab to complete that. So it's not present. Show, okay, show config. Wow. Okay, let's just ignore that one. I'm not pretty much sure because it's been time without touching packet tracer, but I'll solve this out. But I think it's show running config. Yes. If we type show running config, guys, here's our show running config. It says building configuration, current 488 bytes, version 12.4. It shows you that. Then you just have to press enter to see more configuration. It's saying it tells us it's in a spinning tree mode. Then it gives us our fast internet 0/0. Then it tells us the IP address, which is the one that we have entered. Then it's in duplex auto, full speed, it's auto. We haven't configured anything on fast internet 0/0, so we just have to configure this one. We're checking if whether this one is correct the way we did it, so we can continue. Just press tab to go to our configuration mode. Then now we are going to our global configuration mode. You don't have to complete your configuration wait. You can also type conft, then it will go to the global configuration mode. Then you can do this interface FA 0/2. Sorry, it's 1. You see, IP address, because I know there are those who like many shortcuts. They just obsessed with shortcuts. 192.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0. then we say no shutdown. Then it says change state to up. Then we say add show running config. Then if we check, it's there, right? It's there. You see, it's 0/0, which is this one. It's there. 0/1, it's there. Then we are good to go. We are done with our router. So notice something, guys. We don't have an IP address here, so we just have to put our IP address. We just have to type it because we don't have DHCP. You have to type it. So it's 192.168.20.1. It's our default gateway, which is this one. So this one have to be the 2 subnet mask 192.1. I mean the default gateway 168.20. sorry, the 20.1. in this case we don't have a DNS server. So we just have to go to user 2. We do the same thing. 192.168.10.2, 192.168.10.1. we close. So in this case we should have our reply when we ping user 1 and user 2. So let's ping user 2 from user 1. We go to okay, let me show you something. We click here. Initially it will be here. Then you go to the desktop tab, then command prompt tab. So you just have to type ping 192, the IP address of user 2.168.10.2. we see if we have a reply. Oh gosh, okay, we have a reply, but we didn't get a full reply. We lost we sent 4 packets, we received 3, we lost 1. Why? Because the first time it was request timeout, here it was still refreshing the cables, guys. So when it refreshed, then it has to lose 1 packet. We won't get 125% loss. It's not 100, it's 75 that we got it. So as you can see, we have a full reply now. The cables are refreshed. See, so this is what simple network we call it like. So stay tuned, guys, for our next tutorial, ne?